Sweet. We're starting a little later than normal. It's now 8:44.
Yeah, well, I wonder why that is, Charles. I wonder why. Yeah. Could you maybe...
So we've picked Tuesdays as our recording day, and funnily enough, the 2 previous Tuesdays have been 45 degrees, basically both days. It was like 43 and then 45. And then today, okay, cool. Leon's coming over.
Yeah. So it's 30 degrees. It's still hot, but like I'm not suffering from like a stroke on the way here.
The trains here, especially on my line, have aircon, and so it's like sweet.
It's very manageable.
Going to be fine. And we're both having a bit of a rough patch. Things have been, we'll get into some things, but
life has just been beating us up.
Yeah.
It's been rough.
And you want to talk about your...
Well, that's it. I was like, well, the train, brand new train system, right?
Oh, wait. So what time were you expecting, wanting to get here?
Well, I'd left my house at 4:40. Right. I'd planned to get here at 6 o'clock, 6:10.
Yep. And then the Sunday was the big switch for Victoria, where this is my train time. So
this guy watches a lot of train videos.
Yesterday I finished a video that was an hour and 7 minutes, and today I finished an 8-minute one and a 30-minute one.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice.
But it was basically some of the lines are, don't want to get too specific, but they're doing massive overhauls to up to 1,200 more services. So some lines are going down to 10 minutes all day. So Sunbury goes straight through. Sandringham's going to be connected to Werribee. All around amazing things. However, all the lines were affected because of a train station no one fucking goes to.
Yeah, it was a whole line failure, so power failure on the train. New train system that we just took so long having to deal with delays and buses and bullcrap for like years to get this new train line operational, just for it to like completely kapoop during peak hour traffic on the third day.
The second peak hour week.
I thought it was going to be so breezy getting here. I was like, one train from my area to yours, I'll just catch it, sit in the aircon, play some Pokemon on my phone, chill out, watch some TikToks,
read some manga, whatever.
Listen to some music. I got one stop. And then I was there for 30, 40 minutes saying, they're just going to get things back operational. And then they were like, no, trains are not running. You need to get a bus. So then I get a bus to the next train station. From that train station, I go to another train station. From that train station, I go to another train station. From that train station, I get to your train station. And I was so livid. What was meant to be a simple journey ended up being a whole Indiana Jones adventure. From one place to another, going through crowds of people, and like there was police everywhere dealing with like, everyone was upset and angry. It's peak hour traffic. They want to get home. So there was all sorts of, not riots, but, unhappy citizens saying a lot of choice words, how Australian bogans can be. So
it just, when you hope that like as a train person, as a train lover, just you want every publicity to be good publicity. And then it's just, with this, you just go, all right, there's no fucking excuse. This is just dog shit. To have a 30-minute delay on top of then when it hits that, going another 30-minute delay. Oh yeah, buses come in an hour, and it's like,
well, that's the other thing. They didn't even have replacement buses. They were just like, hey, find your way here and then find your way there, and then you can get to X place. And I'm like, oh, fantastic, but we made it. I'm here. I'm feeling a lot better thanks to your hospitality. Thank goodness. I've been able to sit down, have a drink, aircon's on, talk shit, and we just talk about what we like. So overall plus, honestly, can't complain there.
Yeah, and like today at work, like it wasn't like a bad day at work. I got my quota done, and I got ahead and everything. But there was just some like
thing for Lethal Company. Got his quota done.
Yeah. I don't know, just been a bit of a rut, and so just be able to just like have a mate over, it's almost like a therapeutic. Just like, yo, read this, you watch this, let's just kind of detox and talk. Remind us of what we like in life. And
instead of the bullshit.
Yeah, because when doing so much of like, live in a single person apartment, right? So it gets awfully just being here, trapped in my own little spaces, in my own little little world and everything. And so it's kind of an escape to be able to just go, hey, let's just talk for an hour and a half about the things that we like. And we've got a bunch of things that we've got to talk about today. But I think when and this is something that we've got got written down here, is just when you get moments like this, you do look to for us at least, we look to the characters that inspire us. And
oh my goodness, even today on the train, I was texting you back and forth. The only thing that got me through was Obi-Wan Kenobi. I was like, He's patience. Like, chill out. You'll get there.
And even like so, like I don't want to get into my stuff, but I've just been like, there's been things going on through my mind, and things happening with with certain different people or whatever it be, in different groups, and the constant thing in my mind is the negative energy going towards like, and when you start spiraling, right? Is that is just wasted energy, and thinking about Thorfinn and that like, hey, like this energy I'm gonna have to concocting an idea of why I can come up with things like arguments in my head or things. That's so draining, and so I think something a while ago that would have maybe been a week to kind of just process and stuff.
Sit with it and deal with it.
And being able to just go like, hey, like I need to vent to you just real quick. This is the stuff that's dragging me down. And right now, like I'm flat. Like I feel bummed, but things are hopefully on the up. And just to use this moment to start the pod, like, hey, this is how we feel, right? We're coming into this, and even by the end of this, I'm like, okay, cool. Like I'm ready to just jump into this. Like this is Chat Vortex episode number 3. The podcast that always has the conversation spiraling. We're ready. Like it's cool. Cold open done. So much to talk about, and I do want to start with Frieren. I think that's literally the perfect thing that you've put here, and I think every week with Frieren is going to get difficult.
We're just going to keep glazing it every week.
Frieren comes at me like, damn.
Yeah, on a watch back, it's just going to be us talking about Frieren every week. Being like, oh, I love Frieren.
What were Charles and Leon doing at the start of 2026? Like, hey, Frieren.
Frieren.
The episode where they talk and it's like,
wow.
Yeah.
You know that bit where they just don't do anything for like a good 10 minutes? How peak?
Okay.
So it's so hard explaining to someone who doesn't like watch it.
So for people that maybe don't watch Frieren, what happened in this episode?
I remember what happened in this episode. Specifically, I was banking on it after last week. I mentioned that I wanted Fern and my boy Stark to have a bit of a connection, and we started to get that. But we got the hot springs, which I thought was really, really well done. I was just there. I was with them. I was on the journey, I was sitting back and eating my whatever I was eating while watching and just relaxing while they were going on an arduous journey. But I was just enthralled by such a meaningless side quest adventure
through Stark's POV as well. Because we keep going, they're just going to use Frieren and Himmel as the vehicle to just Frieren and Himmel.
Stark had been very much the back seat in terms of the party and the crew of cast that had been making decisions to get them to point A to point B, and then Stark having a bit more of a presence, taking more of an active role was really nice to see.
Active.
Yeah.
We've used Spy Family as an example, and Spy Family is one of the it is a high selling manga. People love it, but I keep using it as an example of my exact issues with it. This season we get Frieren and Fern, and then Stark, a Stark POV of he wanted to do this for his connection. He takes it back to a memory that he has.
Yeah.
And it's something that then resonates with Frieren.
Yeah, it really ties into a nice bow. It's really
this arduous journey. Why? It's because you got to experience it, and for this view, I wanted to know what that view would be and make my own memories, not just living in someone else's shoes. It reminded
me a lot of the episode where Frieren wanted to see the sunrise. Where she kept oversleeping in the first season, and Fern had to continue to work to get her up. It was very different in a lot of ways here, because there's some different things.
Different lessons and different
lessons and such. But the overall wanting to relive or witness something that you didn't really properly get to experience or have experienced from an old mentor or friend really reigned home, and just it really bridges the gaps between the two generations that Frieren is a part of here.
Yeah, and I think that goes towards and why there's such a and Frieren was talking about being almost like a bad mother, and not being the same as Hatia. Hatia. And just talking about they were all lessons that he taught me. I can't make these own decisions myself. I can only remember the things that have been passed to me, right?
Yeah.
But when talking so she had seen this, and it's I don't value it, and I don't know what you would, but it's the moment of them making new memories together, because so much of the show is about reminiscing about the past. Yeah. It's about making a new thing.
Yeah. And it's great to see how Frieren as an elf she's like one of the most human characters in a lot of ways, is because of like she's so human for that, because we don't ever really get to make those, like, as mothers, no one's trained to be a mother, you know, like you're just going off things that you've seen, whether it be your mother or someone else, or those experiences that you can't necessarily teach but you've learned,
and then anxiety,
and you're just passing that on,
and that stress, like,
like I think that was a really like natural, and like I don't know, it was just emotional while having nothing happen at the same time. Everything's happening, you know.
And then in the middle of the episode, she's talking about how legendary her breakdowns are.
Oh my goodness!
And they take one page or one panel of her having it, and it turns into 45 seconds montage, of just cry.
I was dying. I was like, what's going on, Frieren? What are you doing?
And
like,
her grin, she was shit-eating grin going,
yeah, she knows.
I was able to strike fear into Himmel.
Frieren is a genuine rage baiter. Like, she's such a shit. Like, I could not imagine Frieren on like a Discord call and like playing video games or some shit, because I just know she'd be talking about like something. Yeah, saying some sort of bullshit,
legendary rage bait. Like when she's coming out of the shitty spa in the resort they're in, and she has like her Aussie pole, and she's got her hair up and everything, and just her then walking into just rage bait the fuck out of everything. It's just
and I didn't even talk about the meat and bones that like I really enjoy. It's just Stark Fern chemistry is just incredible. Like
I was not expecting that.
Yeah, I was literally about to say that. I was like, I'm just watching. I'm like, man, it'd be nice if they one-on-one scene here. What are they gonna? Us on a date? Excuse me? And it was just an offhand like, and it felt so normal. Like that's such a he would fucking. That's how he would do it. They would have it like, you remember a few episodes back in the first season where they are left alone to watch The View together, and he gets her a gift.
Yeah.
Well, I'm like, wow, this is really nice. You should ask her out. But I'm like, no, it makes so much more sense in like their like relationship to have it just be a snarky like, I'm gonna get back at you, like, god damn it, like,
and also
thing.
I like that it wasn't a tension point. So they both kind of went to Frieren to different success, but
yeah, that's it, right? Frieren's still the center of the adventuring party, and it's still very focused on Frieren as the lead.
And as much as I want them, so Stark and Fern get together, right? I really do hope there's some introspection on, because she's funny
on Frieren's part,
but I hope further on there is more that, especially her and Fern.
I think she's going to take more of an active role to really help mentor Stark as well, moving forward after witnessing like he's come to Frieren to ask for help.
Right.
I hope she takes that on board moving forward to be more like, even if it is a bit uncanny and unnatural for her to try and help Stark.
It's more so is in that because I know she was emotional about Himmel, but it took to his death for her to realize that. And us as viewers realized that Himmel basically went with the clock and was doing marriage and everything. All those symbolism thing. I going forward, I just hope there is some introspection from her part.
Yeah.
And that she kind of, like, she was talking about going on dates. It's like, oh, are you
it's just alone time
with the opposite sex. And it's like, okay, this is funny. The only thing I hope is there is a same type of exploration where she kind of, with Fern, I think is an important thing because of that relationship they have. I think that'd be really interesting. So that's Frieren, and now we get to I think this is going to be a staple for every week. And which, granted, you're not going to hear this next week.
Yeah, so it might be a miss.
So next week is barely any Jujutsu Kaisen. Week after that, we got 2 episodes, and we know what those episodes are, which they're going to be fucking bangers. It's going to be really hard.
Yeah, I could always radio in and just do a recorded segment where I just spiel about the episode, and you can just like cut that. But
it makes for week 5. We're gonna have like 45 minutes on JJK,
big one,
right?
Yeah.
But speaking of 5, episode 5, we get to meet Hakari and the gambling ring.
Oh, it's about time. And happy Yuji again.
And
Yuji.
And the meme of him dancing has gone viral. 2 million views on Twitter. JJK has motion. Like,
it's had it for a while. Like, it's just nice to have it back at the top.
People were like, oh, once the manga ends, it's going to have no motion. And then every week,
the anime
2 million view video. 2 million view video.
I think people forget how large the anime audience really is.
And we haven't even gotten, like, I'm not going to talk about it.
Had like one of the biggest manga audiences there's been in a long time, but there's still so many anime onlys when it comes to JJK, which is why we skirt around, talking about spoilers for the manga as well.
Like this is the quiet period.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
This is the bit where like we're enjoying it. Oh, there's a plot.
It's great.
Heavy episode. And
I'm reliving it in like the best like adaptation.
Yeah.
Possible, you know.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Just like, did he just do that?
It was funny.
So there's been a lot of talk about the direction of the episode. Because I want to start positives. We'll get into the whole controversy later. But the directors have been on Twitter, and there's been parts where like when they're walking on the road for Megami and Yuji. Yuji is in the sun. Megami's in the dark. In the shadow.
There are so many like great small little things. Yeah, I was just building on top of that. It's just like the attention to detail and the symbolism in the episode. I wasn't expecting as much because like in the manga, it's kind of just like a. You know,
they're just
working our way to
like
Hakari.
It's like the fight. It's like it's just a good fight, cool, and then they go hard.
And then they just add layers on layers to it, which I just really appreciate.
And then you get things like with the gate, the broom gate, right, where Yuji lives.
Just some of the smoothest animation I've seen in like a while.
Right.
Like what's going on?
Right. But also, it's also a narrative beat where Yuji, when he has problems, goes straight through.
Yeah.
Megami goes around.
Yeah.
Right.
Didn't even think of that.
It's like. And granted, there's one of the moderators in my Discord is Crimson. Love Crimson. We'll get to some of his messages later because we'll talk about him last week about how he's one of the best researchers I've ever met. Right?
Oh yeah. Without a shadow of a doubt.
And one of the things that he sent into the anime section was I think
this is on the Discord, by the way. For those who are curious and want to have a look, you can
join the Discord. It is there for you to see.
Come have a look.
But it was of the opening of season 2 of Hidden Inventory of the fish.
Yes.
And it was like Gojo follows the fish where...
Sorry, I just think when I hear JJK and fish, I just... Oh, wow, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it says Gojo follows the fish, Geto doesn't, right? And they're each other's fish, right? And so it's a simple symbolism where like he's at... You get the picture.
Yeah.
But then Crimson's like, OMG symbolism is so peak, and I did the OMG, the old man yells at clouds thing, right?
Yeah.
But we can talk about like, oh, Yuji goes through the broom gate. That's useless to talk about. They fucking did it for a reason, and it is additional subtext that like Gege does this aplenty. We go back to the Maki episode and everything about the bird stuff that we're talking about with perfect preparation. It's not an accident that my hands her a reed. No. It's not an accident that the story that about the birds that have these reeds for feeding and coming back is called Perfect Preparation in an episode called Perfect Preparation.
Yeah, it's all intentional.
Gege does this. The fact that the directors go, cool, we take these 20 pages, these 4 chapters, and then we get to have a bit of fun and then add on top of that. Like, I don't see a harm in going, oh, they deliberately did this for us. This is awesome.
This is great, yeah. I don't see, why would anyone would think otherwise.
So, and look, I got to get up the message because there's the stuff people are angry about. I want to glaze first.
Yeah.
The last 4 minutes.
Yes. Oh my goodness. First, can I also just say welcome back, Naruto and Sasuke?
Yeah, right.
I just want to get that.
The orange jump
I want to get that to the side. Feels good to be back in the building. It feels really good. But on an honest note, it is great to see Yuji and Megami on screen together again. Like that was one big takeaway for me. Is like how much chemistry they have together, you know, and how good friends they are. And like it's just nice to see them on screen again together, being able to work together. And
like after finishing season 2, the biggest thing is they don't really like they have that one fight.
They have that one fight, and then we just
and
they get split up.
Leave off season 2, you're like, oh, is Megami dead? What's happening? Is that like they're meant to be like the protagonist and a deuteragonist? And I know as time goes on, we get a Gojo arc, and then we got Yuta arc with Zero.
Yeah,
but
and these two boys are going through like the ringer, like they're going through a lot of shit. Like Megami without realizing, you know, his dad, and then he's got the whole Maharaga
and then the clan stuff,
and just he's dealing with it, and then he's got his sister, you know.
Yeah, and
then it's just all weighing on him. And then you've got Yuji who thinks he's a genocidal, like
he feels
evil,
guilty.
like
and it goes to like I feel it being an anime form, it's being the way it's being adapted. Because so many people are talking about like JJK is it's show don't tell, show don't tell. Can someone tell Gege that? I'm like, what do you mean? I disagree massively. That like
disagree.
Like. So much of it is subtlety and nuance and everything, and so I feel like the attacks are coming from multiple angles for a show that's doing fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And like, look, is it premature to call it like? Because a lot of people who are normies say, "Oh, it's one of my favorites," and people attack them. It's like, why can't we just let them have it?
Yeah, I've seen a lot worse takes in the anime space. That's for sure.
Yeah, and
there's a lot of other favorites that people.
It's not in my top 5, but if I put on every episode, I'm leaving it going. Let me look at the. Let's look at the call sheet and who's on it. Fuck yeah, I could tell. Like, I don't get it, and so I want to glaze the last 4 minutes because it was entirely rotoscoped.
Yeah, and it's very noticeable.
Yeah,
I noticed them. I think it was like 10, 15 seconds into the scene. I went, oh, this is cool. I do need to push back. There's a TikToker named Tizzy. I love Tizzy. I stitch his video because when he's doing it, obviously he has to be sensational. It's TikTok, right? But he's like looking directly at the camera and he's like, it's rotoscoped. And I don't think I've ever seen anime that does this before. And I'm like, what do you mean? There's rotoscoping in Jujutsu Kaisen. Does he know? Does he know?
Like, what does he mean? 100 meters came out this year.
Yeah.
A movie that's entirely
rotoscoped. Yeah.
I don't think I've seen an anime that's been rotoscoped. Like, I am twisting his words, right?
Yeah,
but it's just fucking hilarious to like, okay, I'm glazing this scene and I'm about to talk about someone who's
great.
We're pushing. But that was just funny.
It was just so unexpected, which made it all the more better, I think. Because I wasn't expecting anything in this episode to go that hard, which, oh my goodness, the panda in the room that I haven't addressed.
Oh, shit.
Oh my goodness. The opening of the episode. You completely skipped it. I was saying before we even started recording how much I enjoyed the opening of the episode, and I just completely skipped it. That's my bad.
Yeah, there's a reason I went.
Panda enthusiast over here. Okay, I really enjoyed Yaga at that. It's so short and sweet, and it is such a snippet in the manga when you're reading it, and it's kind of like oh shit. Damn!
I almost like how it plays in the anime as a cold open to an episode.
Yeah, I will say though, the whiplash I got, that opening is just too high energy and like too like going from even Panda's cry. I was like, damn, and then and I was like, okay, all right.
Yeah,
I know you can skip the intro, but I just kind of I like the intro, and it just kind of like. I was taken out of the scene.
You are my special, right? Which is this.
Yeah.
So, like, I get it, but the opening is like the opening.
Look, this is my favorite opening of JJK. So
fuck. Look, I think JJK has to go up there with like JoJo and Attack on Titan for the best openings for anime. We have to do it. Oh, we won't do it today, but we
I was
in
gonna say,
the future.
There's a big name you're leaving out there, Charles.
What? Oh. I'm trying to think.
Naruto, man, come on. We're talking about best openings here, okay?
Yeah, I've watched the show.
It does help when the show has as many as it has.
Yeah, 45, and it's got some good ones.
Yeah.
That's
a tangent we can dive into another time.
Okay, but so with that 4 minutes, we're done with Panda.
I mean, yeah, unless you wanted to comment anything.
No,
Did you like it? Do you like Panda?
It was fine. No, it was good. It was good. Like
Kashimo fan over here.
Fuck, do not. I can accept hating Panda allegations. I will not accept Kashimo glazing allegations.
Ooh, look, yeah, well, yeah.
Anyway, it was a good opening. I think it was adapted well for an episode that was like 4.5, 5 chapters. I didn't notice any pacing issues, and I think it was a direction masterclass from Gosso. It was from the boys, and I don't really have any notes from
really
it.
Leveled up that part of the story that I was expecting to be one of the dips in the season.
Well, that chapter with Panda, I don't like. I remember reading with you. I was like, yeah, it's fine. It's
nice. I mean, the Hakari was the takeaway from all of it. So,
and I do think the parts, because it's a lot of fucking exposition.
It is.
And
it is.
And what they're showing, and specifically what they're showing, impacts hard with everything. With I think it's Kusakabe's nephew, right?
Yeah.
And so everything there, it's just like like Kusakabe, like even in the manga, I'm like oh, it's Kusakabe, and it hits and everything. I just, for the medium of anime, I'm like, yeah, this is done well. It just
hits way more when you have those voices, you know,
and the acting and everything. Right?
It just really brings the page to life.
Adapted well.
Yeah.
I think that's the only way I can say it.
Yeah. adapted really well.
The one big change is they've gone from something in that 4-minute rotoscope. We've got to go here.
Yeah, of course.
Is they've gone from something in the manga that had a lot of cuts. It was a lot more of a
I remember it. I remember it. Yeah,
it was a bit more humorous, right? Especially with the doors, which gotta say, someone on TikTok is not doing JJK fans any justice. Where he goes, I don't remember Hakari having that ability, and you're like, can't. Like, what are we doing here? Like,
what are we actually? What's going on?
You're making me look bad.
He doesn't have that many abilities to begin with. All right, he's mainly punch and kick as well. Like,
it's just like
he's only got. Like,
I read the manga. I'm like, did you?
We don't fucking read.
I found John Weary, guys.
Yeah, let's not go
so
there.
it is obviously different.
Yeah.
Me personally, I want to say this because I entering my argument with Crimson, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is different. There is no going around about it.
No.
And I don't think he was doing this. A lot of people online are just showing a side by side and going, "How is that aligning? These don't match." I don't think that's fair.
No,
right?
It's never fair. It's never fair to freeze frame animation compared to a
manga
image.
still, right?
Yeah.
And it goes back to even season 2 where they're like, oh, if we compare it to the manga, it's not framed the same way. It's like, but it's a moving image.
Yeah, not only is it a moving image, but like the aspect ratio is completely different from a
convey
page
different
of manga
things
to a widescreen. Because you're not going to change the widescreen to like a 4:3 or some shit midway through, are you? No.
Yeah.
You got to think about like filling the frame.
Like when you think about like the Honored One panel, you think about some of the different things and they go, oh, they messed up my season 2.
Yeah.
I think this is one of those situations where it's like, you can disagree with the direction, right?
Yeah.
And you go, I don't think it conveyed what was on the page.
Which is completely valid. That's so fair.
But for me, like, I just going over it, I just don't.
But even then, I struggle when people really criticize anime for it because they're two different mediums. Like, they're telling the story.
There's different languages.
It's different. Yeah, it's two different ways. So if you like the manga, it's still there.
Yeah.
That's still... You can still enjoy it, you know? It's not like there's a definitive anime or manga is the only way to experience the story. You've got the best of both, which is why I love adaptations. And we touched on it briefly last week, but like... I like it when things are different. If I got a direct 1-for-1 where every panel was the fucking same, I'd go, why am I watching this? I'd just read it.
Ready? If you're not liking these JJK episodes, I've got the perfect anime for you. Sakamoto Days. If you want to watch an anime that is just the manga on the screen with less contrast, like there's a panel where like one of the guys is a sniper and he rests on their shoulder and does a shot. In the manga, it's so cool. The shadows, the texturing, it's like, oh, cool. In the anime, just a normal shot.
Yeah.
No impact. The episode played, and then I saw the panel on Twitter, and I was like, oh,
what's this?
And now season 2 does look a little bit better. But if you just want that shit, Sakamoto Days is going to be your favorite anime ever. Because it's a good story.
Yeah, I'll stay clear.
Right?
I think I'm going to stay
clear.
And
look, I think Sakamoto Days is fine. I am using a bit of hyperbole.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure the story's...
But, I just want to quickly go over this. So, like in this scene, clearly a close-up on Hakari checking his phone. The scene is meant to show that angle that Yuji has nervousness. For me, and if you want to read this, Crimson, we'll debate you in the Discord.
Yeah.
He is the best debater that I have seen, and I need to glaze him before he sends a massive notes of all the things he hates about me this episode, right? Yeah. And I know there's going to be plenty. But... I disagree on the idea that this sequence doesn't show nervousness, because the director even retweeted some of the posts that say this whole episode is the entire thing, and this is what I love. Every episode is almost it's a high priority episode. In anime, they'll designate certain episodes to be high priority. Yeah. You get the talent.
You know
on
where the
episodes,
budget's going, right? As well, yeah.
And so then you'll see some of the names on like the next episode has some legendary names. You're like. Nothing fucking happens, is it?
What's going on?
Why is he on that episode? He's the guy that did that fight.
Yeah.
And then you're looking at it and you can see why, and it's for sequences like this. And the whole episode is meet the boss. You got to get to the boss.
Yeah.
It's Fight Club. It's all of these movies where it's like, oh, who's the boss? And obviously most people have watched the trailers. You see the poster. We know Hakari. He was shown in season 1.
Yeah, he's been mentioned plenty.
Right?
You know?
And so the suspense of what he looks like, they show him from obscure angles.
Yeah.
But they're deliberately kind of being coy about it,
yeah,
right?
They don't like fully like show you the type of person he is. You get glimpses of his appearance, but like you really don't know Hakari. You don't know him.
And so when it's like, Yuji talks to Panda, Megumi talks to Panda, and there's like, have you seen him? No. And I told other people, can we see him? No. He doesn't trust you. He does, and it's this whole thing about meeting Hakari, and then we get through Yuji's lens, and we get into this room, and then we're stopped at the door. We're not entered into the room.
No.
We're at this like, and there's no mute. It's less like it's the all of the mise en scene and like taking all that into account.
Mm-hmm.
It's tense.
Yeah,
so
and not even like just to add on to that, the whole reason, at least to me, why I thought it was rotoscoped is because a lot of the emotions that would cut to in the manga is displayed through the body language.
Yeah.
And like the jitters or the small movements that Yuji would have, or like even when he's like putting the hand up, like no, don't throw it. You can feel like it's very well acted.
You could be standard about it and just do the manga panels, do the cuts and everything. And granted, like look, one of my favorite insert shots is, why did you lie about not knowing who every sorcerer knows who Satoru Gojo is? Like,
I love that.
One of my favorite panels, and I'm sad that I don't get it. I'm with you, like with the people who are complaining, right?
Yeah.
But I feel every episode we are getting an anime that is directed. Mm-hmm. It is getting direct. We don't like. I think that's something like, oh fuck, how lucky are we? Yeah. Every other fandom is looking at JJK going, what do you mean you're complaining?
And it's so backwards to me because, at least in my head, an anime is meant to help sell a manga as well. So if anything, having the anime be so different, you can then go, look at how cool this is as well in the manga, like trying to get people into reading the manga potentially. Like
there's such a pipeline that people, and look, I've got a video coming out soon. It's my editor CJ's working on it, and it's about the one thing I want comics to take from manga, and it is adaptations of stories like anime and manga. But it's not to treat them as a manga. A manga isn't fully realized until it gets an anime. No, a manga getting serialized and get released, that's it. That is the top of the hierarchy. It gets an anime adaptation is just another thing joining it. It's awesome. Live action adaptation. It's like cool. It's over here. It is not to replace it. Just because One Piece gets a live action adaptation doesn't mean, oh, I'm just going to watch that and not taking the manga or taking the anime. Right? They don't replace any of them.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Look, I know we want to shit on One Piece.
I just love One Piece slander. I nearly switched up on you there.
And Oda has been getting so much. We talked about last week. The slander hasn't stopped.
Oh, and it's so valid. It's so valid.
To say that there isn't like tension or nervousness or like
to say all of the things that were in the manga is absent in the anime adaptation is just a lie.
We can read the body language with the phone rings and Hakari looks at it and
the scene is tense. The moment they both shut up and just go silent, I'm like I know what's coming, but I'm damn, like
and it's not an action sequence like other ones in the like if every fight was the exact same. It was like if it was treated with the same weight. This was so much more intense because the camera didn't invite us to it until that 50-50. It gave Hakari so much more power because it was almost like in those mobster movies where the camera kind of obscures the room and then you walk into the room and the guy gets capped. And it's one of those moments where he has all the power. There's the door. Yuji's kind of trapped here.
Yeah, he's got nowhere to go.
And he's got nowhere to go. And then he starts doing his abilities because Hakari has abilities besides his domain. And it feels almost like when you like in a video game where there's in-game cutscenes rather than cutting the CGI cutscene. It feels like it doesn't go from dialogue to action. It is constantly he is sitting there and he just goes bang. And for me, that rotoscoping and that adds to the weight of the character. They feel weighty. Because obviously in animation you have to like.
It's just the subtlety of the movements. You don't get that because a lot of the times when you're animating, I'm not an animator, so I'm going to say this with a grain of salt. But like you only get certain body parts moving. You try and cut back and like.
We just came from One Punch Man.
The fluidity of it is not there. Let's not slanderize too much in this space. But yeah, it has me really excited for next week with Hakari and Yuji. And one other thing I wanted to say as well is the way that Yuji faces Hakari head on as well. It comes right back to lifting the banister.
Yeah. So he's made his problem head on. All of this is not to say if you don't like the episode to shut the fuck up, that you're wrong. That if you don't like it, go somewhere else. Because that's happening online. Is you don't like this adaptation? Oh, you have like
the criticism is valid. It's just the people who ignore the other half when you're trying to have a discussion. Like, oh, I'm happy to hear if someone doesn't like the episode because of X, Y, and Z.
Like, we're not going to agree every week on certain things, right? And
no.
And like, for example, one of the big points that I understand is in the Maharaga fight. Again, what Crimson was saying is that because of so many of the anime extensions, and this goes in Japan, they I think they call it like they used to even use the word masturbation in a sense of like they're stroking their own ego, and they go, oh, you invite a bunch of these animators just to come on to stroke your own ego, and it obscures the narrative beat where in the manga, Sukuna deals with Raga easy. It is like a chapter or two, and he comes in, you just adapted to that. You just adapted to this too. Okay, I get you. I'm interested. I'm now going to do my domain. Whereas in the anime, it's this humongous fight.
Yeah, it's all...
And you have to position yourself from the position of Sukuna just wants to have fun because he has to stretch his legs.
Yeah.
You have to come from that point of view. And that does change the author's intent. That's not in the manga. And if you disagree with that, I understand. And that's where I think this dialogue can come
and that's half the fun of the discussion, though, isn't it? And then you can also... That branches off again into... what you're going to talk about in your video about adaptations as well. So yeah, it all just feeds into each other.
So if you want to keep an eye out on the main channel, Dare to Entertain, that video should be coming up. CJ's working on it. He's going to fucking kill it. Yeah. Now, for the next thing we want to talk about, we can't really talk about it because you're not here next week.
No.
And the next person we have on isn't a manga, an anime person. We are gonna have an Attack on Titan section.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that's gonna be exciting.
That is exciting.
Because I don't know much of his thoughts, and we're going to go over all of it. I think on the pod, we've touched on it, but I'm really excited. So Wonder Man is going to be next week. I'm on episode 5.
Yeah, and
you finished it.
I binged it. I couldn't put it down once I started it. It was just
I won't say my thoughts, and you got to keep spoiler free because I haven't watched it.
Of course.
And I don't want to go over the first 5 episodes because I will go over that with CJ.
Yeah, I'll leave it for you for next week. But overall, watch the show, please. It is by far one of the best things that we've gotten from Marvel, and just. Oh, it's such a fresh... can't speak. Fresh breath of air. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. Nearly got it. If we're putting that on TikTok, we would have to go... No, let's call it back.
Yeah, let's rewind
have you got an MCU list on your Letterboxd?
I think I do, but it's only the movies. I don't have any shows on there.
I think you got to start adding shows.
I don't know. Letterboxd is so annoying with shows because like they have some shows, they don't have other shows.
It does all the MCU ones.
Yeah.
Plus, it does Loki, does Moon Knight, does all of them. Except What If.
Yeah. I ain't watching that anyway, so that's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
I don't want to watch that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'd give it a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
Or like a 4.5 out of 5. Because it was one episode that got me really teary-eyed. I don't know if you've gotten to it or not.
I think I have.
Yeah,
but see, this is why I want you.
And I don't know shit about Wonder Man either. I'd never read a Wonder Man comic or anything, so complete introduction to the character, and I think he's pretty different from how he is in the source material, but I don't care.
Well, I think the one thing I can say is that the entire point is of that story beat of it being different from the source material, but it being faithful in emotion and raw and a lot of stuff that we will talk about next week. It is beautiful, and I'm excited to finish it.
There's small things like this that does give me hope with the MCU. I'm so doom and gloom. And then I get like little things like this, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe we're still up. Maybe we're alive.
Because you know what the showrunner, what he's doing next?
What?
Because before the podcast, we were talking about because Leon was in charge of doing the schedule this week, and it was beautiful, perfect. And there was just a couple things where I was like, oh, where can I add my things that I've seen? Because the next 2 things are things that he's watched that I haven't. And I was like, what can we do? And Leon goes, is there anything we can do about Spider-Man? Can we do this about Spider-Man? I'm like, no, because the trailer hasn't come out and you haven't seen the trailer. I have seen the trailer because it leaked. And this guy's doing Spider-Man.
Oh.
That guy that I keep saying to the group chat that I keep glazing, it's this man.
He's the guy,
safe. He's the guy that did Shang-Chi. So, and
Absolute cinema.
Yeah.
Absolute cinema. Oh my goodness.
So we can rest easy. We can.
Oh, that actually, this might be my only like Tom Holland Spider-Man movie that I enjoy. Sorry,
because I've watched it. Look at your letterbox. That's not true.
Yeah, I know.
We haven't even got the highlights page set up. You're raging. It's like those Twitter accounts.
I'm just fishing, all right. I'm just fishing.
It's like those Twitter accounts that don't even have the blue check mark, and they'll say a foul take, and you're like, you have a dog shit.
Some people fall for it.
No, you have a dog shit opinion for the love of the game. Like that is. You're not even doing it for the.
Hello, I like Megami. Hello. Of course I do it for the love of the game. What are we on about?
Dude, the most recent comment that I got on my Marvel Rivals Jujutsu Kaisen video was you seem like a what is it? I need to get it. It was so perfectly written. And I'm like, what the fuck? Let's see. I feel like bro is performative with the Megami slander. And I responded, like, what is it? You think I'm a secret Megami glazer behind the scenes?
I could believe it.
And he goes, no, but I just don't think you hate Megami. I'm like, fuck.
I don't think you do either. I think
I like slander more than I like.
You are simply here for the slander. Removing the slander, I think you would glaze Megami as a character within the story.
He's a good. Like that's the thing with JJK, right? I like Yuta. Yuta slander's funnier.
I love Yuta slander. Oh my goodness. But I think there's a stronger case for Yuta being a fraud than Megami. But that's a discussion to be had another time because that's manga spoilers, and I don't know.
But you get it though, right?
Yeah. I love the game. That's what we started this. I get it.
And JJK Slender,
one of the same,
which is a video that I'm working on, which is why I love
this
Slender.
This comment. He knows you.
That's inside the house.
He's done well there.
He knows inside baseball. Someone is leaking information at the DTE household.
Oh no, he's just good at reading the game.
But also other things from behind the scenes. You watched a show called Behind Her Eyes.
Oh, good segue.
I was trying. A new show that you watched.
Yeah, it had come out a while back. I think it was 2021. The show had come out. I had talked about the show His and Hers the other week with Tessa Thompson and John Bernthal as the leads. And we were my girlfriend and I were looking for something to. Well, I say we were looking. She already had it ready to go. Yeah. To try and watch something that was similar that I enjoyed His and Hers. I might enjoy Behind Her Eyes. And it was trippy, man. I don't want to spoil it too much, but it's a drama mystery again, similar beats, but it doesn't really lean into the mystery aspect. But it is a how did this happen? Who's done that type of story? And it was really weird. In a lot of ways, I didn't even realize I was wanting to figure out who had done certain things until after episode 4. There was no real intrigue to figure out the mystery, and I was just kind of there for the ride. And then they started introducing some fictional elements that I just didn't see coming, and it was okay. It was all right, but it just wasn't as good. Had a bunch of actors that I'd never seen in anything else, so I got to research into them, I think, because I really enjoyed some of their performances, and the story was fine. But yeah, just odd watch. I just thought I'd bring it up because it was just weird. It was really weird. It was really trippy, but the ending was all right. It was okay.
So out of 5, what would you give it?
I think I'd give it a 3, maybe a 3.5 if I'm generous. It's a decent watch. The acting's really good. I like a lot of the shots.
To come from this thing is.
Yeah, I think it was more so just that I was a little left disappointed because I was hoping it'd meet the expectations of the show I'd watched before, but it was fine. It was just really trippy. It was a real trippy watch. Yeah.
Are you enjoying Knights of the Seven Kingdoms a bit more?
Oh my goodness. I love the fictional universe of Game of Thrones. I just want to get that out of the way. Ending aside of, the main show, whatever you have to say about it, I love just the world of Westeros and the fantasy system, how it's so low magic and everything. And, someone who's a big fantasy buff nerd, especially fictional fantasy, plays Dungeons and Dragons, loves knights, medieval shit. It's just oh wow. To have a show so high performing and with such a budget behind it, it's yes.
It's just more, right?
It's just more of what I love. And House of Dragons I adore to bits. So then to have something completely different, because House of Dragons is very similar in its political and drama. And I
feel I would just enjoy the books more. I feel everything that I'm watching with House of Dragon, I feel this story would have just... I just really want to get...
Martin, man, as an Elden Ring glazer, it's my favorite game. I think I just got to... I got to get into his books because I clearly have some sort of connection between whatever's going on in his head and, appearing in the story.
And it'd be the most raw form of his soul.
Yeah, exactly. I think I do got to delve into that, especially, after liking House of Dragons so much and then enjoying now this show, which I haven't even gotten into yet, but Wow, it is so.
I'm really sorry that I've just been so jam packed. I was going to watch the show.
Yeah,
I've just been fucked with everything.
Look, I get it, man. It's hard. I'm like the amount of media that's coming out. Like there's things that I haven't even brought up that we'll talk about in a bit that I haven't even got to that I've been wanting to. So I get it. But if you can, you gotta. Like it is really, really good. It's so character driven, character focused, and just the one character. And the episode's slow, but like in a lot of ways it's different to Frieren. But like I really feel like there's a lot of similarities to be held within like the character, like the self discovery and going back on old lessons and then applying them to like his current situation, which is really, really nice to see. And the show's just really well written, really well paced, just really tight overall.
I hear that George is so much better and closer with the showrunner of this show. He doesn't talk to the guy that does House of Dragons anymore. Like that, he said their relationship is abysmal, and with some of the decisions they've made with House of the Dragon, you can kind of go, I can see why.
Yeah,
it feels almost adversarial between the two of them, which I just can't fathom. That like, you know, you're adapting someone's work and then you have an adversarial relationship with the author.
There's an added layer. It's not even that you're adapting someone's work. You're adapting someone's highly successful work that's given you, like, it's without adapting his work the way they did in those early seasons of Game of Thrones, it would not be a household name as well as it is, like, you know? Yeah. So then to just disregard so much of it is...
Like you don't direct a fantasy show without this name on the
it's like, you might as well call it Rings of Power. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
You know?
Which gets us to... We're talking about how we're both just so overwhelmed with a lot of things coming out. In the first episode of this podcast, we talked about this year being off the rails.
Yeah,
and then there's stuff that I didn't expect to be watching that I am watching, and then there's going to be more things coming out.
Well, we've only started February, and I feel like I'm already like getting bogged down with the amount of things.
Yeah, like I'm going to see Iron Lung this Friday if Jack wakes up from his nap to buy the tickets.
Yeah, wow, what a success, by the way, for Markiplier. Like,
yeah,
it really does give hope, especially for what you're wanting to accomplish later
with the channel and everything. With this idea of independent filmmaking to be able to get to, if we can just have a fan base that you can kind of do it on your own.
He has just kind of done what you want to do, which is it's inspiring. I feel like at least it feels like it'd be inspiring for you to see someone like Markiplier have such an audience and be able to be so successful in like a creative vision that isn't just playing a video game.
And again, a massive relationship with the creator of the game that he loves, and they had a relationship to write and direct and produce and do everything. And then people who love, like, you know, and I've made some tweets about like, you know, audience scores aren't everything we should be relying on to know if something's good.
Yeah,
there is bias here, but they've come out in droves. You don't accidentally make 22 million worldwide.
No, you don't completely smash expectations that you set for yourself.
And people will go see it twice, 3 times, and it's not going to have...
The support for it has been immense, and just so heartwarming, especially the video that Markiplier put out. It was just... It's such a win for the YouTube community, and especially like the early 2000s, like the Gen Zers like us who grew up on some of the OG YouTube.
Him
to
and
see
Chris Duckman, like
some of the good, like the few out of all the controversies and bullshit that's happened throughout the years of different creators, to see like the select few that have like been held up in high regards to be, you know, as someone as Markiplier to be this successful with his own passion project like this is just. It's so heartwarming. I know we hadn't had this in like the notes or anything, but I really wanted to bring it up.
If we can have it just a glaze sesh for a second, like I hope as we get better at doing podcast stuff that we can just freely be able to go around and like, let's just talk about Iron Lung quickly.
Yeah, I mean, even if we get the chance, I mean, you might talk about it with CJ.
Yeah, we are.
You probably will. But I might have a few things to add the week after if because I do want to try and get there if I can. So. Yeah. Continue. Sorry, what were we?
So we were talking about it just being so hectic. Like, the why we got there was like I wasn't expecting to see Iron Lung. I'd forgotten about it when doing the movies. It's like, shit, my Friday night now isn't going to be finishing off Monster, which I've got 4 episodes left. It's going to see Iron Lung in the city. So that's my plans. Yeah. And that brings us to I have Knights of Seven Kingdom. I want to start that, but I watched Fallout Season 1. And I haven't even gotten to Fallout Season 2.
I loved Fallout Season 1. I absolutely adore Fallout Season 1. I love the cast. I love the script. I'm not even a big Fallout fan. Like, I've played Fallout a few times. Played Fallout 4. Wasn't too big a fan. New Vegas, I enjoyed. Yeah. Never really finished it. Played a bit of Fallout 3. I never, like, sat through an entire Fallout game. And I love Bethesda. I love the Elder Scrolls. Like, I haven't really got any beef other than their game system, you know, being a bit average, but that's a different conversation. And then to get into the show, not think too much of it. Everyone was just watching it, so I was like, there's not much else on. I'll give it a try. And I was really captivated after the first couple episodes. I was really drawn in, and as the episodes continued to go on, I went, wow, like this is really like someone who's interested in Fallout and made a great adaptation. So much so that I went from being Fallout's kind of cool to actively being a fan. I haven't watched the second season. Not even started. But on top of that, it's crazy to me, at least locally and within Victoria, Australia, I was seeing Fallout posters everywhere on bus stops, on trains, like in the city, billboards. Anywhere I'd look, I'd see a Fallout, poster or marketing or advert on YouTube or whatever it be.
Yeah, they pushed it hard for season 1.
Pushed it really hard, and it worked. I feel like it was getting talked about a lot. It was getting memes. It was very well, in the space. And then season 2's come around, and I've seen nothing at all. Really,
I've seen stuff on Twitter. But it's more so like the episode drops, and I've got some coworkers who watch it.
Yeah,
I don't think it had the same grip as season 1, like where that took over the internet, and that might be. And I've heard potentially the story just isn't as in kind of like
engrossing.
No, like it's not even a quality thing. It's just the stuff that goes viral, the stuff that does like, oh, you have to go see this. It's just a solid season of television. Like,
it's just more of what you've already been liking from the first, I guess. Then.
And there's been some big moments here and there. Like obviously we're not going to go spoiling it. We haven't even
please,
watched it, right?
I need to. Yeah, I need to get to it.
There's the action sequences, the story moments. There's big things that are what you would think would go viral, and get people to like, oh, you have to watch this for this big thing. I've seen a couple tweets, and that's about it. Yeah,
I got to make a change. I gotta be one of those people singing its praises, because it probably is really good, and I'm just sleeping on a gem. So. And
there's a few shows that are kind of in that bucket, especially for you, where like Bridgerton just had a new
Bridgerton's
season.
just started its new season. Yeah, the first episode's just come out, and I haven't watched it. I've just been too busy with other things.
And I do think Wonder Man would have been in this category if it wasn't just so good. Like,
if I hadn't been told to really go watch it, and it's one of the best things the MCU's put out in a long time, I would have just been like, it's another show. I'll just get to it.
That goes towards the market. We're talking about marketing, and we've criticized that a lot with even a lot of the shows recently with Marvel, that you can tell whether or not they care about it. Ironheart is meant to be one of the best MCU shows, and you could tell they did not care. Echo, they did not care, and they dump it on 2 days.
Which is rough, because I haven't seen either of those shows.
Right. Yeah. And now look, Echo, I fell asleep twice. I had to replay. I was like, oh crap, I got to rewatch this episode. I fell asleep during the start of it. It got better towards the end, but its quality, it shouldn't be indicative of just how lack of effort they put in the marketing, because Ironheart showed it was good. Yeah. Good show, no marketing, 2 Wednesdays in a row, done. And with Wonder Man, they dumped it all on one Wednesday, and you're like, come on.
What are we doing?
And look, some have argued because the 30-minute episodes that it wouldn't have done well week to week. Maybe that's an argument, but maybe do batch of three.
Yeah, do
something. I don't know. Like,
there's other ways to do it to make it,
If it wasn't probably might be one of the best TV shows of the year, depending on how people are talking about it. One of the best Marvel things in 6 years.
Easily one of the best Marvel things.
That it would have been just, oh man, that Wonder Man show that no one saw, right? And for the marketing right before it was so damn good. They got like these Gen Z editors to come in, and they were hilarious. One of them was talking like with reviewers, because it's a very meta show. Yeah. And then the text is talking about, here's just a full review, and it's like it's a bunch of characters all standing in the frame going like this, like staring at the camera, as the full review of this IndieWire review or something just goes scrolling up, calling it a great show. Yeah. And I'm like, where has this marketing been the entire time?
Literally.
Because I felt like the rest of it was just normal trailers, and then they picked this aesthetic, this text on the screen, meta trailer aesthetic, and I'm like, this is it.
Yeah. And I know I don't want to get too much into it, but I really struggled connecting it to the MCU. Like, to me, I think my biggest like thing with the show, when you talk about it with CJ, you can go over more in detail and stuff, but I just, while watching it, I was like, wow. This is the same universe as everything else. Like, it was such an afterthought, or like in the back of my mind while watching, which I think is just a credit, because the MCU as a whole just relies so heavily, I feel like, on it being connected, and Wonder Man does a great job of just standing out on its own.
I know me and CJ are going to have a lot to say about, like, this seems like a case of, okay, if there is no season 2, what the hell happens to this amazing character?
Yeah.
Because they'll go, oh, cool. Moon Knight has its issues. Where is he?
Yeah.
I
want to see Oscar Isaac back in the role.
Where's Shang-Chi? Where's Captain Marvel? Where are these Miss Marvel? Like, are we just going to throw these characters away because they're not Steve? Because they're not...
Yeah, and as the years goes on, those actors are aging.
Yeah.
And it hurts.
And some of these are generational castings that I just don't think you don't find again. Like... Miss Marvel might be is a top 4 casting of all time, and you're like, oh yeah, we just kind of let her age out of the role, and her review was also amazing on Wonder Man, right? She is a gift, and you're gonna waste it because you fucked up her movie and you fucked up her TV show in regards to certain things.
It's just disappointing. It's just really disappointing.
Yeah, you're gonna get another Andrew Garfield situation where you get a great actor, and then you go, oh yeah, we're just gonna fuck up his movies because we're incompetent, and do the same for a lot of these people. Like,
it just hurts, man.
Like,
it just hurts.
And to just quickly say about Brie Larson, right? You have one of the best working actresses who's won an Oscar, and you film her scenes in Endgame without her knowing who her character is really, because you don't really shoot with scripts. Then you shoot her solo movie afterwards, right?
Yeah.
And then you give her a shit script, and then you go, okay, third time's the charm, and you change stuff for the character, and you have Nia DaCosta coming out going, they didn't care about my movie, and they didn't care about the 2 movies that no one cared about. I had to do the She-Hulk and storm into their office and go, answer my fucking email type beat. And look, that is conjecture. That is hyperbole, obviously, right?
Yeah.
But it is so disappointing that you have so many of these characters, and look, it's not meant to be a Marvel discussion, but like, we're going to get to Doomsday, and we're going to go back to the reheating of nachos of like, remember Steve, remember these characters, when we feel like we haven't really even gotten to know.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a pin, because otherwise I feel like I'm gonna just talk about it, and then poor CJ is gonna have absolutely no material. So,
the next time we're going to talk about some of the passion projects that we're going to tackle this year, especially like as a duo, right? There's not much I really want to do too much on this point. We've been talking about the 2 videos that we've got coming up. I've got a massive. The show is called Chat Vortex because it was before I even read Boruto where that name came into it.
I was. It was a bit of a Hail Mary on my end,
and I thought it was funny, and so Boruto is something that I'm really wanting to talk about more and more, and especially considering I have an affinity for wanting to push back against narratives and talk about something because I like it so much. So one of the biggest projects I got early in the year is a Boruto video, a definitive Boruto video. I want to make contact with a bunch of...
This is how I win.
I want to contact a bunch of Naruto YouTubers, and you know how much I love Nick Connor, right? He is one of my favorite YouTubers going out there. We've got his podcast that I love. He's 2 other channels that he does.
Oh, he's doing bits.
There's TikTokers like Tech who are just... you don't have an opinion on this, would you? I've actually got the encyclopedia of an opinion on this topic.
I don't know how bro's brain is so like in depth about it all. It goes from power scaling to talking about the story, talking about characters.
Would you happen to know the philosophy of this random character that you see for like a random episode? Actually, I've read some exclusive things that I'm like, what the fuck? Can go off.
Completely derails anything.
So I'd love, we've collaborated with YouTubers in the past.
Yeah, and
I would love to get them to have their own segments to talk about the things that they are passionate about, whether it be like Nick Connor has his certain things that he knows, and I know Tech is certain stuff. I want to try and make that work. I want to have like the definitive you're wrong about Boruto, right? And I know some of the people watching this podcast are going to be like, ugh, right?
Yeah, Boruto.
But that's the point, right? It's challenge. I want to be challenging. I don't want to do content that's just like, cookie cutter. No, this is going to be a hard video to make.
Of course not. Yeah.
Speaking of hard videos, we keep getting comments on our Vinland Saga content about when...
Yeah, I'm looking at the books right behind you as you say that as well.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be on camera. There's a bunch of Vinland Saga books there. Vinland Saga is a video that is there.
Yep.
It's like 64 pages, and it's when we were really pushing... We've kind of pulled away from it to go more commentary when we were doing essay content. We didn't know... So this video, it was going to be all... edited footage similar to the first video, but now it's going to be how we're doing videos now, where I'm on camera like this, talking to the camera, and then interlacing
footage in between,
over the top. But then what we were doing a lot back when we wrote it is having segments in between, and it's not popular anymore, but reenactments and things that are more symbolic of those segments, and we've changed that to being more of a sit down talk to camera where I be more going over how I resonate personally with the story.
Yeah.
But the scope of which of those sequences where it connects my upbringing with Thorfinn's, how I connect to him as a character, and going back to the start of the video where I was talking about my personal struggles, where like things have happened recently that I'm like, where I want to sit in this negativity because it's really a self-fulfilling thing where it's like I feel negative, I give off negative energy, and then that you feed off of it, and then it keeps driving, right? And that's where you sit in the shower for ages getting angry and angrier. It's not healthy. So I want to do that in video form somehow and articulating it.
Yeah, really channel it.
And make that entertaining but also gripping. And I just going about it the right way is really difficult because I want to make it fun but also emotional, and we've got some.
Just want to make it a banger video.
Yeah,
just
but it's,
pour your heart into it. A lot of emotion.
So big
and
that
that's my fault.
Yeah, I told Leon, can you write
that's my fault.
a 10 to 15 minute on Vinland Saga?
Yeah, of course, man, of course.
And then he spent 6 months writing it. His job was to write 3 scripts a month that were small, and he spent 6 months writing this one, and now it's sat here.
Yep.
And it's now too big because it has to be the best video I've ever made.
Yeah, it's Vinland Saga. It deserves it. I've got it smack bang there. So
yep, it's really
important.
It's
just it's really. I think it touches everyone that anyone who is a fan of Vinland Saga, I think you can understand.
Yeah. And to something of similar weight, something that's been big online is this massive debate, right? And it's as important as this topic here, which is in a contest of strength between Overwatch and Marvel Rivals. If those two verses were to verse each other, who would win?
Are we serious right now?
So yeah,
is this an actual is this an online discussion?
Someone did it, I think, at TikTok, where they were asking like, "Oh, which verse wins?"
Oh no!
And then someone came up with one character who basically solos the verse, Magneto, which
we don't even need anyone that powerhouse. We just have Magneto. Because
they're all
strong, but
they're all metal. Like
they're all
Tracer, guns. Okay, Doomfist, metal fist.
Ooh.
Winston, metal gun.
Oh no, yeah.
They all have iron in their blood.
What are we doing? This is the comics verse. There's characters that are becoming Marvel Rivals that are gonna just. That's crazy to me.
Ultimatum exists where he upset the poles of the earth and flooded and everything. And
there's not enough Overwatch comics or side content or anything to really scale them.
Soldier 76 is going to really do damage.
You're one of those heroes, aren't you? Not anymore. Get me. Do not put me in that versus.
Yeah. It's funny that Squirrel Girl solos.
Oh, with easily, and I can't stand Squirrel Girl. I didn't know shit about Squirrel Girl, right? When Marvel Rivals came out, I had been introduced to the game, found out about her background, I'm like, oh yeah, cool, she's neat. And over the course of the game's lifespan, I have grown to hate that character among others. Not because they're a bad character, not because they have any bad stories that I've gone out of my way to witness or read or watch. Simply because of just how they play in that fucking video game, bro. I can't stand it. It drives me crazy. I just don't want to engage with any Squirrel Girl content.
Honestly, it sounds like you're just not for the vibes. I wouldn't. If I was picking a tournament team, I don't think I would have you because you're just going to upset my vibes.
This is okay with me. I like this joke because then I just sided with Kingsman, so I'm safe. This is good slander.
Wait a minute, this is W slander.
Yeah, W slander. As a Magic main, I'm here for it.
Yeah, rocking those platinum lobbies. All right, next thing. I asked Leon to get up to date on JJK Modulo, and we've got this segment and then one more segment after this. I can't believe you actually caught up to date. This is spoilers for the
big spoilers.
For the
big spoilers.
Jujutsu Kaisen sequel manga. So to the couple people that I do know who haven't read that, sorry.
Yeah.
Go to the next section.
Yeah, just gonna have to skip ahead in the video pod.
But my boy, Yuji.
Oh,
he's number 1.
Bro, no wonder. I had a feeling you'd come in hot with Yuji, especially with all the parallels to Gojo.
Yeah,
that was made throughout the.
He's I've been a Yuji glazer.
This guy is gonna glaze Yuji even more than we had glazed.
Takes out a building Yuji with just piercing blood, and it's fucking honing.
But yeah, I was gonna say not only piercing bloods with an S on the end because Bro was
with just a drop of blood.
That shit off.
And then he was like, oh shit, did I blow my cover? And then
you seem pretty strong. Bang.
And then someone has like the axe thing, and he uses like Sukuna's like infinity, where he does the slashes on such a small level where he catch the axe, and all the slashes like a chainsaw that catch it. And I'm like, oh my god, like dude,
bro, it really makes you wonder. Like, I need to know what you were doing while everything else was going down before now. Like just the jujutsu world, like the sorcery world overall. You know, like what you have. I hope we find out he's been doing some shit behind the scenes that's like big, because otherwise I'm gonna be like, where have you been, bro? How are you gonna have Michael Jordan or LeBron just sitting on the bench the whole fucking time? You know, like
because they also like the whole thing about like he, you know, to rely on one person for strength again, and that's like the whole thing. And then they've deliberately like kept him out of this. If the humans didn't shoot cross, none of this happens. We're gonna blame fucking Yuji for not like, come on. If you're gonna go, oh, it's not Megami's fault that he's depressed inside of Sukuna and he doesn't come out. It's not his fault. He's sad. You know, most characters would be fine, and so much of what wouldn't happen if Megami just locked the fuck in and stood up when Yuji went into the
lack of sympathy for Megami.
But then
the sympathy to be had for Yuji for similar situations is actually insane.
Because I'm saying have sympathy for both, because Yuji wasn't fucking involved in the humans fucking that up.
Look, man, I don't know. I think you're just slandering
I think you're just a
Megami
glazer that can't accept that he's a bit of a bum.
He's one of the strongest in the verse. Yeah, top 5.
No.
Top 5 easily.
Dude, you're gonna get you saying that like you.
Laps around Kashimo.
I've been getting grilled in the Discord for all my takes. You're saying Megami's top 5.
Oh yeah, without a shadow of a doubt.
No.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Okay. Do you have anything else to say about this chapter? Because
Oh no, I thought the scale of the destruction was interesting, because I saw a lot of power scalers after the fact of reading it. I watched them because I was like, oh, I can really sink my teeth into these now. I'm like, wow, they are scaling way higher than like JJK, like Gojo Sukuna level.
We're finally getting to like My Hero potentially.
Like move aside, Deku.
no, but just like in JJK, because of one statement, everyone was scaled around that, which was Noya's transformation mode, where we went to like Mark 2, Mark 3.
Yeah,
and then everything was based around like, oh my god,
which is fair as well, you know.
Which makes the
when he's like
speed
one of the
more
fastest,
understandable, right? Because they're filming the fight with Sukuna Gojo,
especially within the scaling of JJK. That really helped later on when Maki pulled up with Yuji and to fight Mekuna. I was like, oh, okay, now we really know the relativity of like how fast Yuji's keeping up with these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Like,
and because like they got to think that traversal speed and battle speed are not the same thing, like, and
which is a whole thing in Naruto. That's just don't even
we're not going to go there, right? But they're now like, it's so funny to say Gojo might not be top 5 at the end of Modulo, right? Because Yuji's
he got the fucking Naruto treatment, bro.
Yeah, right.
He got the freaking Naruto Sasuke treatment. He just
Yuji's 1.
Deranked so quickly.
Deborah might be 2. Or Sukuna.
Let's not jump to conclusions here.
I saw a thing. It was like it was Yuji 1.
He still lacks RCT. So
no, who? Deborah,
yeah.
He got RCT this chapter.
Oh yeah. You're right. You're right.
And he's one of like 3 characters to do not just RCT. He did like technique reversal where on his ability. So now he's got the opposite
inverse
of light.
Of his,
and he like, and
that's that was cool. That was cool.
You know,
he did pull a Higuruma in that sense. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what Sukuna and Gojo were doing, where they can go, oh, I've seen it, I understand it. He's had no one to push him, and now he does that.
Yeah, he's finally got someone who's actually like
pushing him, right?
Relative and like
obviously
giving him a fight.
Similar to Naruto, where like Naruto and Sasuke's taijutsu is better than every single person that they're coming across with the Otsutsuki, but then their ninjutsu and stuff completely skyrockets the stuff that they're doing, right? So there is that case where I don't think Deborah, when it comes to hand-to-hands, comes close to Sukuna or Gojo.
Let alone his domain. Like Sukuna Pop's domain, GG. You're cooked. You're cooked.
Does he know simple domain? Does he know these things?
Does he know the things to counteract? Like the king of sorcery,
but the win cons potentially, if he's got light speed travel, then he might be able to instantly like.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of things.
It's a big if.
But then you've got I don't know his name. The ugly motherfucker on the ship. So we don't have any feats or anything. But like if he's like,
if he's relative, then it's like now he scales there as well.
Yeah, I've seen people do which a lot of people don't like, is when you do what's it called, where where you go from cross scaling, where you go from one person goes, oh well, this person fought this person and that person fought that person, and then like you start doing scaling like that.
Yeah.
And look, I don't know much about that guy. I haven't really looked into it, right? But that's something that I've seen talked about at least.
Mm.
And then Gojo, that puts Gojo at like 5'6".
Yeah.
Which is hilarious.
Yeah. Wait until we see Old Man Megumi though. Skyrockets the two.
Danny DeVito, like he's wearing a white beater with like
10 Shadows is still carrying right now. Okay, let's.
Yuka.
Yeah,
it's funny that she has now better feats than with the 10 Shadows than.
Look, she just so far.
Like as a 16-year-old, she knew, hey, I'm not gonna win this.
She probably is the second best feats of using the 10 Shadows.
Yeah, which puts Megumi third.
And it is his technique.
Yeah.
You know. Still, he's the one. His body's still doing it. You know, at number 1. So, Meg Kuna is still Megumi.
I'm just gonna ask you right now. I'm not editing out your glaze of Megumi. So I just want to warn you.
I should probably give context that Meg Kuna is like my favorite character. Like that version of Sukuna. Like Sukuna is my favorite, but Meg Kuna specifically is like that's the aura for me, you know.
Sure.
My favorite moments of the story, you know, when he initially gets Megumi's body.
Yeah.
The Yuji Maki stuff, and then
chapter 221 with Gojo, who's by far that is like the best illustrated character in the series. Like Gege was on some other shit. Every time I look at 221, and I think it's 221 when Gojo gets unsealed, I'm like,
yeah, I know. What
the artwork in Modulo is stunning, right? The color page spreads. I'm like, oh my god, this guy gets it, right? But then I look back at 221, I'm like, Gojo, it looks like this entire time.
Bro, if you weren't straight, I would worry about the things you do to Gojo.
I do like the character.
Mm-hmm. It's more so the glaze you give of his appearance and his aesthetics than anything. And his attitude. And him as a person more than a character is the part that worries me sometimes.
They're one and the same. Is he Satoru Gojo because he's the character, or is he the character because he's Satoru Gojo? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Is that everything we want to talk about with JJK?
I think so. JJK just seems to find its way to the main talking point of the podcast.
Yeah,
so.
JJK has no motion. When the manga ends, it's gonna die. No one's gonna talk
that's it. That's what the manga's not over. It's still going, people. Yeah. Hello.
And we got books coming out from horror writers too.
Oh my, yeah. I just want more JJK content, and I'm a happy man.
Imagine because they're doing multiple light novels, horror light novels
could fix so many of my issues with the ending of Jujutsu Kaisen.
They just do a light novel with Kenjaku and like these horror
novel with Kenjaku, Sukuna,
or just anything, just
Megumi light novel. All the stocks that could be paid out in a Megumi light novel. Oh my goodness!
I don't hate Megumi.
I love the slander.
You just have to get him above the slander threshold.
You got to catch me on a day where I'm like slandering Megumi. I will slander him like no one else. But you know, today's just not that day. I'm feeling the love for Megumi. You know, I gotta let people know. Okay,
so that's everything with JJK. That gets us to the last segment, which is something that I was trying to come up with it at the start of the podcast, and then I realized all these things do connect. So I'm going to say a bunch of things towards you that all kind of connect towards the idea of kind of being a bit doomer, which is the idea of cinema being like over. That's not what I really wanted. It's not agree, disagree. It's just all these things happening at once. It's like, oh, fuck, that's really, really shitty. So the first thing is there's a new Devil's Wears Prada movie coming out.
I've seen a tiny bit,
and the original movie is like 20 years old. No one is going that is like Oscar avant-garde, like, oh my god, you know, that is one of the best shot movies, one of the best written movies. It's just a good movie.
It's a classic, right? Everyone's seen it. So
they've got the director back, the cinematographer back, the whole crew's back.
That's good news.
And look, for the podcast, we're not going to be able to get up to show you, but if Zach, our editor for the highlights, does do this, he'll show what I'm talking about. I am going to show you, Leon, right? Mm-hmm. The left is old, right is new. I don't really need to tell you because you will be able to see every single bit of footage of new stuff is like it's a documentary. It is flat.
Wait, is that still raw? Is that not graded or anything?
No, that is just how it is. And you can, like, every single character, it's flat. Every bit of set dressing, it is.
How do you make Marvel Civil War look good?
Like, look, so that's ready, and then like they.
Oh no!
There's a sequence. Oh yeah, look in the same room.
Oh goodness!
And they've gone to the approach, and you're a Lord of the Rings fan, where they do the opposite of Peter Jackson, where they go instead of, oh, where's the lighting coming from? Where's the music coming from? Right? they do, oh, well, there's downlights, so we use downlights, and we have to do motivated lighting. And motivated lighting for things like The Revenant, awesome, right? Realistic, raw, such a gritty, you should...
You just got to think about the environments you're shooting in if you're going to take that approach, though.
If you're shooting The Office, right? What are we doing?
Yeah, what's going on? What's going on?
And that's the first frustrating thing, right? Next thing, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck went onto the Joe Rogan podcast, and they spoke about how Netflix, it is kind of the most hard confirmation.
You did send me one of the things with Ben Affleck. I did watch through that.
And they're talking about how the scripts have to regurgitate the plot. That normally how you make a movie is you have 3 big action sequences in an action movie, and the last one's the big one. It's where you put all your money in. And you have one in the first act, but it's elaborate, right? But they're now saying, no, within the first 5 minutes, it has to be action first, then explain what's going on, and then re-explain it throughout the entire movie, because people are on their phones. And goes on to the next thing. I know you want to talk about this, but we'll get to the end. Stranger Things cinematography, the entire framing of the entire last season is just center of frame, so they can make it for TikTok. That's not I got that from behind the scenes. That's just further commentary. And the last thing is film students. There's been a study that they're not able to finish the films within their classes. They're getting bored. They're not able to finish the films. And
we're cooked, Chad. The attention span.
Yep, the attention span. And this goes back to when I have been fighting for movies being allowed to be long, where I see TikToks that are like, oh, movies are 2 hours long. And I'm like, that's not long.
That's not long.
If you're watching a mobster movie and it is 2:30, okay, you're watching a 2:30 mobster movie.
It's crazy that that's how it's used, because whenever I say a movie is long, it's not even to do with the runtime. It's to do with the pacing half the time. I'm like, wow, that movie really dragged. Right, it was long, and it could be an hour long. Yeah, but if it's paced awfully, then
I've got the perfect example. One battle after another. The last 45 minutes, I took one breath. And then the credits rolled. I'm like, what? That was so quick. And into the Minecraft movie, 15 minutes in, I'm like, get me the fuck out. And that's not even just like what's bad.
What is it? 0.3 seconds, I'm out.
Yeah. And that goes towards Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
So they're
both
both
but I've heard
90 minute movies. Very short.
Even recently, I watched Bad Boys 2 for the first time, the whole way through. 2 hours 30, and it felt like 5 hours. And I don't know what Michael Bay was thinking, but he wanted to make at least 5 different movies, and just went, we'll just put it in one. We'll just put this, and this that have no business being next to each other. We'll just put it in one big movie. Here you go, and loosely tie it together to make it work. And I was just sitting there like, oh, this isn't. We're still in the first act. We're still in the first act. Anyway. A little tangent. I watched it recently. I think it's funny because it's that pacing issue. I'm like, wow, this movie is long, and it's paced poorly. So it was so dragged. Oh yeah, film, man. Yeah, it's rough out here.
I just wanted to have this segment where I do go over all that, because constantly we're talking about like our movies good anymore, and then we do see great movies like one battle after another. I'm going to keep saying that. We get 100 meters. We get a lot of these movies that we love. But then it feels like with the Netflix Warner Brothers deal, with all these things that are coming out,
the looming dread of that deal coming into effect in the next few years is just gonna.
Crunchyroll ups its subscription service by $3 and is cutting back on its subtitles. Like, it
doesn't even have the full anime catalog either, which is just bizarre to me.
And Naruto and dub is still not in Australia, and like they're getting subtitles in JJK wrong still, and you just have to sit here going.
Still love Malevolent Kitchen though. That one's
but then they say he for Tengen.
Yeah.
And in the manga, we're not going to go much into Tengen because this is the non-spoiler-free section. Yeah. But in that scene in the manga, they say they, because for this entity of Tengen, this is more cursed than human. Yeah. The whole point of this scene is that it's a they, it's a what are you thing. Yeah. And then for some reason Yuki goes, oh, he's not letting me through. Like who's he?
Yeah. What are we doing?
Is the barrier he him? Like what are we talking about here? Yeah. And so there isn't really a larger point here. I just wanted to use that as a kind of a vehicle to talk about, like, what the fuck are we doing with lighting? Why is cinematography worse?
Look, I get it if it's just a deal of like, I hate fucking lighting plans because I hate fucking lighting plans.
It's
but
the
like,
same team.
That's the thing that I was gonna say is like, how are you gonna have that and then bring the same people back and just
it goes like we're talking about Spider-Man earlier, and we will be talking about Spider-Man all year, and the new Spider-Man movie looks raw, it looks gritty, it looks like, oh shit, those punches are gonna hit hard. And then you go like, oh, who was doing the cinematography for Tom's movies? And I'm pretty sure it was Bill Pope who did No Way Home, and he did Spider-Man 2. And if it's not that, I know Bill Pope did, I think he did Ant-Man 3. And so you're
it's
like...
just the struggle with, like, so many people working on projects, like the movies are. There's such a large amount of people working on a film. To know who gets the say over someone else, it's just... It's hard to know.
Who's deciding to shoot everything on volume?
Who can I put my blame on? Who can I storm their house with like pitchforks and flames and like I'm in the Simpsons movie like going over like who can I direct my anger towards? Because and most of the time it's not one person, which is the most difficult thing. But
I feel it's mostly suits and you, like
higher ups especially.
We hear creatives go like we'll have questions about movies and then we'll hear creatives go, oh yeah, we wanted to do that. And you're like, what?
Oh. Yeah. Shit. Sorry, man. Now I feel like an idiot.
Yeah. And it just goes like, oh, why is this backwards way about going about something? It's just
so bizarre to me. And then even it's just like, when something is a critical success, you can tell when someone's passionate.
Yeah.
And like their creative choices get heard and seen. And again, you mentioned I'm a glazer of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Peter Jackson.
Right.
That's like probably the best example.
Those
of
3
that.
movies. He got a deal with Harvey Weinstein to do 1 movie, and he went, no, I need 3. So he went to Miramax instead.
Yep.
That's how those movies came out.
Look at Weta now.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But then look at The Hobbit.
Yeah.
So,
And then it's just so backwards, isn't it? It's funny how it all.
It went from because he had the rights to Lord of the Rings, and he was shopping, right?
Yeah.
You don't do that now. You don't see some guy going, "Hey, I'm shopping my Naruto live action adaptation." Right? I'm shopping this. They go, "No, we bought the rights from.
No, we have the rights. We'll choose who's on the team. We'll push it out. Thank you."
Like James Bond, they were like, "Hey, we want a director who will make the James Bond we want to make." Okay,
make it yourself then.
Also,
if you want to make it a certain way.
Also, Amazon gets final cut. You're like, okay, yeah, and they got Denis Villeneuve. So I was like, how? Okay.
You've done well there.
But I think the big thing is he doesn't get final cut.
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh, so is this like his one for you, and then he'll go back to doing what he wants? It's just like the reason Nolan couldn't get Bond was because he has a thing. I get final cut.
Yeah, which should be industry standard, by the way.
Look, there's some parts like, oh, look, some suits probably know some good things about the market, but then you listen to them talk, and you get director's notes going, oh, do we want to blow up Superman's ship in Man of Steel? How is he going to get back to Krypton? You're like, and look, David S. Goyer has some brain fades in his career, right?
I mean, everyone does.
And he did write the second Ghost Rider movie.
I haven't seen it.
Not good. And but he I think there's an interview going, Krypton exploded at the start of the movie. What do you mean? And Superman can fly.
That's the elephant in the room is
like.
I love man. How's man gonna get to Krypton?
Man of man.
Yeah.
Like have a like these are the guys that are like, sending emails going, oh, can we make these changes here? Can we trim 20 minutes, right? And the same people that are like making these decisions, like Harvey Weinstein, wanted to cut 35 minutes or so out of Princess Mononoke for the US release.
Whew.
One of the greatest animated movies of all time. You're like, can we cut 35 minutes?
Please, no. Oh, that just hurts to think about, doesn't it?
Yeah.
How many creative visions do you reckon over the years of cinema have been just ruined by studio interference or just people wanting to make a cheap buck? Like,
there's a devil's advocate that you get, like, the Game of Thrones example where that was derailed. Like, the studio wanted more seasons, they wanted more episodes, and D&D basically went, no, we're doing it this way because they had a Netflix deal, had a Star Wars deal and a Netflix deal. They both went to shit, but that's their motive. And then you get Stranger Things where you get the 2 head guys where they had 2 years to write scripts, and then you hear one of them complaining in the doco going, oh, I just couldn't get the final script done because I've got kids now. And he's talking to like the lighting guy. He goes, do you have kids? And he goes, yeah, but I still do my job. And just hearing that, it's like you have the biggest show on fucking television, and you're here complaining that, oh, you you get to sit at home and write.
Mm-hmm.
The lighting guy has to come here, or the gaffer, or whatever it be.
Yeah.
That the best boy, all these people have to be on set doing their work while you at home on the writer's room writing.
Yeah.
And you can't get the fucking 8th episode done. And there's a lot of it that comes to ego. Some of it comes to laziness or incompetence, or a lot of that stuff. They've talked about how they hate writing. And it's like, then why are you writing?
And we know why. It's the money.
Yeah.
It's making them a lot of money. They're going to do it,
So that's the other side of the suit talk. And this isn't going to be like for future episodes. We want to do more game stuff, but I feel like this was a big last thing that we wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
Which I think that's mostly everything that I wanted. Next week is going to be weird, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Like,
it's going to be a bit different.
I'm happy we were able to get a replacement. We want to have some consistency. We haven't even really revealed the podcast to people. We want to have a catalog.
Yeah. Good luck framing CJ, by the way.
Fuck.
For context, the guy is very tall, so he's probably going to be where
like
I am, like here.
He's like 6'8". I'm just going to have to...
We might get him lying down, honestly.
Yeah. Get him on a green screen.
Cut him in somehow.
Yeah, and then just shrink him or some shit. Like,
or maybe we'll get you a booster so you can be at the same height.
No, that's actually not a bad shout. No, because he's like 6'8". Like, I'm not sure. That guy is just freakishly tall. Like, when he comes over to my place when I have gatherings, right, I greet him down there, and then he's like, it's like Shaq and
I mean, he's nearly a whole foot taller than us.
Yeah. It's like Shaq and Kevin Hart, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then I've got friends who are nearly a foot shorter than me. And so I go, here's CJ, and he's like, oh, hey, guy. It's like fucking Gandalf.
Yeah. Shit's crazy.
So I'm excited for you guys to meet CJ. He's going to be a ball.
He's been in the space. He knows us, and he does great edits on the main channel.
Yeah, so. It's going to be one of the first times, because he's in the Attack on Titan video from a couple of years ago. This is going to be one of the first channel-facing things that he's going to be a part of, which is really exciting. So that is everything for Chat Vortex episode 3. I think that went really well. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Join the Discord. Debate with Crimson. And that would be absolutely hilarious.
Please do debate with Crimson, and I'm probably going to hear some stuff from Crimson about Megami. So
I don't think he's going to fucking care, actually, because I think he's going to see it so low value and so beneath
Crimson,
him.
If you're a real one, you should glaze Megami with me in the Discord. We'll fight back all the haters.
Yeah. So thank you for watching. Join the Discord. Subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to Dare to Entertain. That's everything. Peace out.
Take care.